What is up, my glip glops? You ready for some Pyanodon's Season 3? I know I am. We got Trits on the way. We're gonna be apparently printing some organs soon. AKA making xenogenic cells for Moss Stage 2. That's on the way, and we got some, hopefully, hot air catching up happening. But yeah. I am loving this base. We're really coming into our own here. I feel like chemical science is just around the corner, even though it's really not. We're still pretty far away. There's still a lot to do, but we're getting there. And soon we'll be able to do mining productivity 5, which will boost all of our ore outputs. We'll be able to get better batteries, better starch, apparently. Stage 2 moss. Whatever this is, Nexalit power poles, which have a wire reach. Ooh, looky here. I like that. Are these 2x2 or 1x1? They're 1x1 and they look like this? Oh my goodness. Well, I'm a huge fan of that. I am so excited for Nexalit power poles. Look at that. Oh my gosh. That's amazing. Okay, well, that's very hype, and I can already research them. How badly do I need all this stuff? I don't. I want Moss Stage 2. I need that. But as soon as we do that, we're doing Electric Energy Distribution 3, getting something fun. Nice little reward. Compost upgrade. Oh, that seems terrible. Require fuel? No thanks. Yeah, military science has unlocked a few things here. There's also the incubator upgrade. Let me look into incubator. I still haven't decided on arcads. Incubator and compost. Let's start the episode by looking at some turds. Also, we're ready for small parts. Advanced small parts, which means, holy crap, we're almost ready for red belts. We have all the things. I mean, we don't have advanced small parts, but we have all the things we need for advanced small parts. We can't make the splitters yet because they need red circuits, but everything else I can make. Ooh, also, which one of these is more effective? I can't really tell. So that needs 1 belt each, 1 advanced small part each, 1 stainless steel each. This needs 1 belt each, half an advanced small part each, slightly more than 1 stainless steel each. So it's like more stainless steel, but less advanced parts. How expensive is 1 advanced part? I mean, it's not crazy. It is a medium amount of iron and copper, duralumin, stainless, glass, tin, titanium. It's kind of a little bit of everything. And the Nexalit will add up too, and the nylon. And then it's 1 belt each already. So even though this costs 10 belts, it's saving us 8 advanced small parts, which costs like 5 or 6 belts as is. So we're spending an extra 5 belts and 5 stainless steel, roughly, to save 8 advanced small parts. Oh, and to say, oh, wait, no, never mind. This is a huge win because it saves iron niobium alloy. It saves a 7.5 iron niobium alloy. And isn't iron niobium alloy like really expensive in terms of iron? Yeah, it's 7.5 iron each and 2 niobium each. So I think that's worth it, especially given that advanced small parts really add up with the cost, you know. Not to mention the stainless steel extra is paid for, basically. Because by saving 8 advanced small parts, we're almost paying for the 5 extra stainless. So it's not really more stainless when it comes down to it. Okay, well that just seems like the better recipe then. I'll just go with that one. There's really no reason not to. And we save a bunch of iron that way. And we save on the other random things that, you know, this costs, like some nylon, some Nexalit, some random glass, tin, titanium, duralumin, which is not particularly cheap, you know. It's aluminum and copper. Plus a single small parts, which is not free. A bunch of iron. So yeah, that's 5 iron plates. Another 6.5 iron plates. Plus the small parts, which is another 1, 2, it's 1.5 iron each or something. So yeah, for 3 small parts, we're looking at 5, 6.5, 7. We're looking at like 8 iron for 3. Yeah, it's like 2 iron plates per small part. Okay. Anyway, I digress. This is still not balanced, by the way. Look at this big gap right here. I'm very confused by that. Because we're reading the mixer now. So, it shouldn't be possible to have a big gap like this. I mean, maybe it's just random chance, like the gap, I don't know. Maybe the gap isn't all that big. I guess there's got to be some variance. And because these are constantly taking, there will be some empty spots. I don't know, maybe it's fine. Now that I look at it, it's not that bad. There are some gaps, but like that is probably normal. Okay, anyway, sorry, I got way distracted. We were gonna look at turds for incubator. So this one, what the heck is this? We can make more manure bacteria by adding some fish hydrolysate. Is that a lot of fish hydrolysate though? It feels like a lot of fish hydrolysate. Because if I look at manure bacteria production over the last 10 hours, we've made about 5 a second, which means what does that mean? We've made about 5 a second, which would turn this recipe well, fish hydrolysate for 5 a second. No, what am I saying? To make 5 manure bacteria a second, we would only need 1/30th of that. Which would be 1/6 of a fish hydrolysate per second. Which would be 1/30th of a fish per second. Okay, so we're looking at a tiny amount of fish here to support the manure bacteria. But we need manure bacteria for other things later, so... Whoa, we can make gasoline out of it? Interesting. Yeah, we need it for the TCL and... Renea and later Tufra. Okay, well that's certainly a recipe. Also, we should have the second cow DNA here. For our second trit. We got our first trits! Sweet. Too heavy for a rocket. Can't put whales on rockets. Got it. Okay, the other incubator upgrades. Oh, Zogna not needing lamps, but it crafts slower. Well, I don't care about the slower craft. Crafting time's never been the issue here. That's a pretty big boost, isn't it? Because the lamp itself is 2 glass and a decent amount of copper. And the petri dish itself is what? 25 molten glass a piece. So that's 50 molten glass accounted for there. Oh, 2 glass is only like 12 molten glass. So most of the molten glass cost is the petri dish, and the lamp is irrelevant. So this actually isn't that huge of savings. The manure bacteria is probably more significant than that, if I had to guess. Because we save on petri dishes there too, and we also save on manure. But manure will get easier to produce as time goes on, so that I'm not even sure if that's good. And then finally, we can make 50% more biosamples by adding pressurized air and pressurized water, which are free. So that, I mean, that's the no-brainer. Like, just improves your base, no questions asked, strictly better. Because you can make those on site for free easily and cheaply, so it doesn't even increase the crafting time. Okay, and what was the other turd I was gonna look at? I already forgot. It was... composting. Compost upgrade. Okay, so this is the one that requires us to make sweet syrup. That seems like a bad idea. It does give it base productivity, but I don't think it gives it enough productivity for that to be worth it. I already have plenty of compost. Wait, what is this? Oh, never mind. This is what it does. It gives you the ability to make stuff out of biomass. We can make retrovirus for free out of biomass, but then we need to power... We need to power these with sweet syrup. Interesting. What's this one do? Allows us to make power out of exo third module. Energy consumption up, speed up. Not too much going on there. Worm hotel. Your composter attracts thousands of burrowing worms. The biofactory is able to separate these earth dwellers from the biomass, leaving powdered compost behind. The worms are able to crush various materials more efficiently than can be done through abiotic technologies. Oh. So biomass in a biofactory creates a crap ton of worms. And then worms can crush stone bricks, wood into tree seeds. That's not that much more efficient than just the... Like, it's technically, it's 2 to 2 instead of 5 to 4, but an agitator is much larger than a assembler, so, and wood is not that expensive anyway, so that one doesn't feel that good. This one, however, gravel into coarse fractions is kind of insanely good, and guts into manure is interesting. I don't know what to do. I don't want them to all cost sweet syrup, so I'm not going to do that one. That feels crazy. Hey, we got our first pressurized reef built. Hooray! And then just about done with the second trit, and we will head on down. Is it a second trits or a second trit? And I don't. The singular is pluralized. I don't know what to call it. And I guess we'll be working on more iron. Should I just copy paste this? I feel like I should. I am gonna need iron ore, oxygen, hot air, borax, sand casting, and a solid fuel. That's a lot of additional inputs that we need here. Am I really sure that we need more iron? I'm really not. Our production is outpaced consumption. So I think it'll catch up if I just give it time. Nope, the Automall must have just gotten a shipment. Speaking of, oh, and it just ran out again. It's so funny. It gets its 20 stacks and it's immediately gone. All right, let's go get Trits going. What an exciting moment. I love starting up new fauna and flora. All right, get out of here. I really wish it would remember. I need to grab more coffee. I'll be right back. Got it. Before the train ride was over, even. All right, so trit number 1. I guess we can just put both in, or no, we need one in here, one in here. There we go. And that makes the initial cubs, which then we gotta place into this guy to make more trits, and then we go back and forth. I mean, we've got an iron patch somewhere. One right here. I don't really have room for iron in there, though. There's an iron patch right here. I could pretty easily make iron right there. I am a bit worried about hot air production, too. Hoping it's catching up. I mean, again, I think it is, given what we know about our production stats versus consumption stats. It looks like consumption over the last 10 hours was in the 6 to 7K range, kind of on average. And we're making 10K a minute, so I think we're okay. Really do. All right, well, anyway. As far as more iron, we are going to use iron for stuff like course fractions and stuff in the future. So why don't, you know what? Why don't we just bite the bullet and copy this whole shebang from this corner, from C to shining C here. I'm just going to copy that, and I'd prefer to not import iron ore. So what if I put it like down here? Can we fit a, yeah, perfect. Well, no, wait, is there gonna be enough room for stations here? Because we're gonna need, what are we gonna need? We're gonna need hot air. I guess one requester should be good enough, and one fluid requester. Hot air and oxygen can come in on the fluid request. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. Yeah, and then borax, sand casting, solid fuel, and maybe even one other thing. We've got room for 4 items pretty easily here. Okay. Do that. Make sure connect properly here. I think I did. And then mergify, and then we do a fluid requester extension. Requesting oxygen. I don't know how much. We'll call it 50 grand. And hot air to give me further hot air problems. It's only 5 minutes of hot air though, if you think about it. I wonder which one I need more of. Oop, that's not the negative symbol. And then it actually is fine that I've got that gap. Okay, and then this guy is iron plate main or primary. This is... I should really name the item first, because otherwise when we sort them, all of the ingredient, if we do ingredients for iron plate, all the ingredients will be next to each other alphabetically. Which is not really what you want. Like, the fact that it's ingredients for something is less important than what it's ingredients for. So iron plate primary ingredients. Let's call it input. Input request. And then this is iron plate primary input fluid request. Okay. And then this needs to be hooked up. I always forget to do this. I should just put this one in the blueprint because it fits. I don't know why I haven't done that yet. Anyhow, here is our iron build. And I should just be able to plop it down kind of wherever. I guess if I technically... Yeah, I should probably put this here. And make it fit within that. So like over here. Yeah, feels good. All right, and then we're gonna need a bunch of miners. Not that many though, thankfully. But we'll put a bunch just because it covers a wider area. And I'll even do it this way to cover a wider area. So that this lasts longer without running out of iron. All right, and then power. They're connected. Everything is within range except this corner over here, so we'll have to manage that. I'm not really worried about this quartz rock. I don't generally use stuff like that. Okay. There's that iron, and then power-wise... Or, I mean, Roboport-wise... how is that one not powered? Oh, it is. Okay. Once that Roboport's built, then this Roboport will be built and everything will be within range. So that's good to go. And then request-wise, we need borax. I have no idea how many stacks we're gonna need to look at this. So this is our block. Oh, we get tailings out. I forgot about that. We're gonna need a fluid output. Or a treasure. Oh, we're gonna need multiple things. Uh-oh. You know, we may have to move these. Just realized that, and that's okay. We've got landfill for a reason. Because I'm going to need an F trasher for tailings. And then I'm going to need a super trasher. Which... is unfortunate. Can I... I'll just find landfill here. There's landfill this kind of zone here. Okay. My bots are not gonna like me for what I just did. Now, what's going on here? Rails haven't been built enough. Okay. All right, well, wait, missing material for construction loader. Uh-oh. Is that because of our iron shortage? Well, it's probably good that we're working on iron then. Or did I forget to make loaders here? Because that's also something I could see myself doing. Yeah, actually, I think I might have forgotten to make loaders. No, I didn't. They're right here. It does seem like I'm out of inserters, though, on channel 1. Because we're out of small parts. Because we're out of iron. Yeah, okay. Well, that all adds up. That adds up to being out of iron. Fair enough. Okay, well, we're here for Trits as well, which should be done. So... I guess what we need to do now is take the living Trit. Why is this not What? Okay. I just completely forgot. Inserters. For the bottom row. Fair enough. Well, somewhere on this belt is the Trits cub. I wonder if I can spot it. I see the sponges. I mean, it could be in the other section anyway. Because there's going to be 2 of them, but they're going to be pretty close together. So, probably started already. Nope, still hasn't started. Still needs a few more seaweed. Keeping an eye out for any Trits cubs. Through the looking glass here. Not seeing it. Also, did I just get a lag spike? It looks like I did. There's a 55 there. Uh-oh. Sorry for the chaos on the screen. What gave us such a high spike? Oh, and it's gone. Dang it. I wonder what it was. I'll need to track that down. If I see another one. Oh, there's another one. 55. What is so high on here? Script update. Oh no. What script is updating? Why is script update taking 55 seconds? Huh. Well, 55 seconds. 55 milliseconds. Let me rephrase. 55 milliseconds. Also, building all this while I have an iron shortage is kind of hilarious because pretty much everything costs iron. Yeah, that's so rough because I have no idea what script is soaking up all the UPS. If it's a modded script, would it show up in the sub things here? $53. I don't see any of these that show high numbers. Oh, pi alternative energy is the problem. Interesting. I wonder what alternative energy is doing. It must be because of all this building going on. Maybe when I'm deconstructing or reconstructing something, it's having to redo a bunch of stuff. Because I don't think I've normally been getting these little spikes, so I'm not gonna worry about it right now. Okay, now why have you not grabbed the Trits cubs yet? Surely they've made it around. And this is finished. Products finished 1. Oh, did someone else grab the Trits cubs? This one did. There we go. Smart. Smart, cried at. Well, but then why isn't this one running? Because it doesn't have the module. Right. There we go. Okay. Perfect. Okay, well, this will make 4 Trits, which will then triple our ability to produce. No. 5 tuple. Pentuple. Because I guess that's sextuple because we have 1 and we're going to have 5. No, that's pentuple. Well, regardless, we will have Trits. And then Trits, when we render them, they do give a good amount of stuff. I mean, 7 lard from 1 Trit is not bad. Is that actually a better way to make lard than, well, what is this? Soil production going through the roof here. Is that a better way to make lard than AUGs? So right now, my AUG facility looks like this. Making 0.3 AUGs a second is not terrible, because most of this is manure. So 0.3 AUGs is not terrible. And this is all for 0.075 Trits, which is about 1/4 of that. And this is arguably bigger than making 0.3 AUGs. So the question is, do Trits make 4 times more lard than AUGs? Basically. Huh. But they're arguably more expensive? Or are they? I don't know. Tree seeds, saline water, seaweed, all relatively free. These are less free. Well, the sea sponges are free. Filtration media and moondrop, though. It's a pretty large amount of moondrop. My moondrop facility, now that we've upgraded it, can make still only 2.6 a second. Yeah. So that's a lot of moondrops. And sea sponge facility can make 0.2 a second, and it's medium sized. Because half of that gets turned back into the sprouts. Okay, how's hot air doing? I assume it's catching up still, because production's been holding steady now for almost an hour, so it'll get there. It'll get there because consumption's following production because everything's, you know, starved. But once the starved things catch up, production will drop back down and things will back up. Ooh, 1,000 military science. Good for us. This is gonna take a while. I have a feeling. I also need to manually throw a roboport down in the middle of our crap block. Because I think we're having lots of problems here. Let's do... just a place for lone robots to charge. Okay. Now they have somewhere to go when they run out of battery in this wasteland. Oh, and they're already using it. It's like adding a water fountain in, or a little, like, you know, birdie fountain, birdie bath thing, and watching birds use it. It's very, very cute. All right. Well, I hate seeing all these flashing icons, but it'll all come together. We still have to add in a bunch of requests here, though, so that's where we got distracted. Wow, we got so sidetracked. What did we get sidetracked by? Oh, it was making the trasher things. That's what it was. Okay, so because we get ash, stone, and gravel out. Yeah. And we need to input fuel and borax in medium amounts. 3 times as much oxygen as hot air. And then sand casting in smallish amounts. Okay. So, borax. Wow. We're talking like a lot of borax. This is not the requester. This is the requester. Borax. I think I need like 40. It's like 2 stacks a minute. That's crazy. All right, and then what was the other thing? Borax and fuel. Should I do raw coal or regular coal? Can I make these yet? What is a coal mine? No, it's not till Kimsai. I assume it needs a fluid too. Well, it needs drill heads. I just don't think coal is that much better that it's worth it. I could use clean burning fuel, but we'd use a lot of it. I don't think I make enough fiber yet to justify that. So yeah, we'll just request raw coal. It does make a little bit more ash. But it's only 33% more ash. It's not an absurd amount more. I could use coke, which would make less ash, and I do have a lot of coke. But eventually, I'm gonna run out of coke, you know, and then I'm gonna be sad that I'm wasting it on stuff like this. So, I don't know. So we're gonna need like 5 something a second here, though, of raw coal. So, and these only stack to 50. Now that is the real cost. These only stack to 50. So we'll be using 5 stacks a minute. That is pretty intense. It is pretty intense. Okay. That should be fine. And then we need the fluid requests, which are already done. Oh, look, hot air's already here. Well, that's a good sign. Oxygen, I'm gonna bump up to the max here. And then tailings from iron primary. And then this is gonna be iron primary. Trash provide. Okay. And then this is gonna have borax and fuel. And then this one's gonna have sand casting. Okay. And then I don't know what all this nonsense is. We only need one output for our iron. It's here. Boop. All right, and then let's see. Is this the fuel one? What is going on here? Whatever this is just gets side loaded onto that, which means it's got to be borax and only borax, because there's no lane. Is that what I have going on here? Yeah, it's just plain borax, and the other one has sand casting on it. And then fuel comes from a separate place, so I'll have to switch something up here, because here we need fuel and borax. And on this one, fuel is... Oh, I can just do that. Put fuel and borax on the same one, which it already is. And then do this. Okay, that works out. And then this is sand casting, which is this belt. And that's it. All right, I think we're good to go on that. Still missing a crap ton of stuff, but it's getting there. The loaders being missing is a big problem. Let's go work on Trits here. Yeah, without more loaders, our whole base is going to come to a screeching halt. Well, it won't come to a screeching halt, but our ability to make new stuff will come to a screeching halt. Now, I should have, yeah, more Trits here. Couldn't there be 4? Because this ran twice. Products finished 2. So it made 4 Trits. Where did they all go? Because 2 went into here. Shouldn't 2 be in here? There are 2 still on the belt, apparently. Somewhere on this belt, there are Trits. They will come around eventually. Why don't I just put these in here? Why didn't they get grabbed by this one, I wonder? Huh, I don't actually know. are the Trits? Still haven't seen them. You'd think they'd be visible with kind of the black and white look. According to the whole belt reader, they were on the belt. Oh, there they are. There they are. Saw them go by. Right here and here. All right. Boom. All right, so there's 4 more cubs, which will make 8 more Trits, which then will almost finish out our module needs. From there, we can let things just run. In fact, we've already got 1 Trit there, so if we just let things run right now, we will end up with more Trits produced, though it won't be very fast. Alright, hot air's got to be close to catching up at this point. I just want to make sure iron plates are still getting produced at a good rate. They are. Okay. Still getting made. Don't worry. We're consuming a lot of them, but it's happening. Now this is kind of a pain because they're all waiting for the landfills to arrive. It seems like the bots finally caught up, though. It doesn't say anything's waiting on more construction bots. So I think we're pretty close to done here. I am going to manually build this power pole. It's funny that we're right next to the Trits. I didn't plan that out. Okay, so let's get everything powered up here. And it looks like I'm missing a couple power poles. I'll just do that manually. So we've got all the bot connections. And let's see, we've got fuel, ash disposal. I guess ash, gravel, and stone disposal. Is there gravel? Or is there no gravel? There's no gravel on this one. No, there is. Where's it come from? Where's the gravel step? Oh, it's this one. Where am I putting the gravel? I'm putting gravel on this belt. Right here. Alright, just sideload that onto the same side. It doesn't matter. Will it? We're gonna have like 5.6. I'll do it that way. And that way. So that puts the gravel and the stone on the same side. Is this needed? Whatever this is? I don't think so. It ain't connected to nothing. Okay. Bring that over. And down. Across. Into here. There's our trasher. And I mean, that should do it. Like, once this is all built, apart from missing loaders, which I'm gonna just manually fix for right now. See, this needs to have the full 6. Those are all attached properly. Because that's loading ash, so it's got to have the 6 for the 120 a second. Or 90 a second, rather than 60 a second. Alright, and at this point, these don't have hot air. Right, okay. I guess there's still 2 things I need to connect. So oxygen needs to make its way downtown to here. Hot air needs to go there. And I believe that now will do it once we connect tailings on an overflow to there. But first we pump into our trasher. Tailings trash is right here. Okay, that should do it. I think we've handled everything. We'll see about that for sure here in about 3 seconds. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Wow, this came together fast. I love the ability to just let the bots do the work. I don't understand how people without global bot networks do it. Honestly. It just seems like, yeah, it's annoying to wait 30 minutes for a blueprint to get done rather than being able to build it faster, but the convenience of not having to deal with a single item manually has got to be worth it. That alone has got to be worth it. Alright, so there's the processed iron. Coming around the corner. And that gets screened into the grades 1, 2, and 3. And then the grade 3 gets fed into a crushed back to grade 3 goes back to grade 2, and grade 2 goes back to grade 1. So everything turns into grade 1 at the end of the day. And then all the grade 1 gets milled into dust. I don't know why they don't call that grade 4. Normally because grade 4 already looks like a dust. Is there iron ore grade 4 in the game? Because there's already a grade 4. There is an iron, no. Nothing uses it. So yeah, why don't they just use iron grade 4? Why use iron dust instead? It feels weird to me that they're not consistent with that. Sometimes they use a dust instead of a grade 4, but like graphically they're kind of the same thing anyway, so why use dust instead of grade 4? I don't know. Is it because ball mills only ever make dust? Is that kind of their thing? Powders and dusts? No, because they even, look, they make zinc grade 4 here. So, yeah, and like powdered aluminum, is there aluminum grade 4? No, there's no aluminum grade 4. So I don't understand. Why is there, it feels like there's dusts or powders when there could just be grade 4s, which kind of fulfills that role anyway in my mind. But hey, we're making molten iron. It's happening. It's official. And we got iron pouring out already. Oh, we gotta fix this. That guy can just run as much as he wants to. This is gonna be completely full. And 0 locked slots here. This is only iron. Sweet. Wow. We set up an entire iron block in one episode. That feels good. Take a nice little picture of it for our screenshot. And yeah, that should give me all the iron plate I will ever need in life. We should see the production shoot way high. Because the other one peaked out, even when we had molten iron ready to go, the other one peaked out at 2.3k. And I assume we're going to get above that pretty quickly here. Wait, is the other one, like, not producing right now? No, this one's making plates, too. So we should see iron plate, like, going higher than it's ever been before, right? Yeah, there we go. It just takes a second. 2.5k a minute. Oh, yeah. 2.8. There we go. There's the spike we were expecting. I'm still not 100% convinced that we would have had an issue, because once we started making stainless steel, like we calculated, you know, we cost ourselves like 120,000 iron, which if we had just let things run for like 2 hours and not done anything that cost us a bunch of iron, we might have been fine. You know, after 2 or 3 hours, it might have caught up. But the fact that we need more iron and it literally took us 1 episode to paste it and get this all set up now enables us to spend lots more iron. Also, we need to increase the station priority of this by 1. This iron will be slightly higher priority, which means the other one should stay backed up on iron unless we need it. The annoying part about that is this uses more train trips. This requires train trips for the coal and the borax. So this one's less train efficient, but it's not the one that provides the molten steel to the train network. So I guess we'll just use up more trains. That's fine. I did lose some power for what it's worth by doing this. I actually dropped below the 1G mark. I was at 1G and now I'm not. I'll have to rebuild those tidal power plants. So I can get back above 1G. 1 free gigawatt. How cool is that? Alright, this should be done. That means this one should be running? No, all the cubs got taken by the front ones again. Shouldn't there have been 4 cubs? Why are there only 2? I'm so confused by what's going on here. Where did the other 2 cubs go? Oh, this building. No? This... What? I'm so confused. This ran twice, so there's 4 cubs. Are they still on the belt? No. They got taken by something. One of these buildings took them. This one. There we go. Alright. So there's 8 trits out, which should be enough to put some in the buildings. And then from there we'll just be missing a few. Okay, more iron is done. Trits is... I'm not going to check it off the list yet. It's almost done. Malaysia Mark II might be close. We've got 50. Is 50 enough? I think it is. We only need 48. Boom. Malaysia Mark II. Oh, and we're finally filled up. We finally caught up on Malaysia. Wow, that feels good. That feels good. Yeah, so you can see we were max production for like 10 hours there. Yeah, I mean, it was a solid 10 hours. And that was after we upgraded. We were max production. I mean, we were, for the better part of 30 hours, we were making as much Malaysia as we could. That is kind of crazy. And now we're finally into the zone where we have enough and production slows down for a little bit. That's what these little dips are, is that like we actually have too much. Feels so good. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Okay. So these take a while, 280 seconds. On top of these buildings only go at 0.8 crafting speed for whatever weird reason. But let's just, sorry, we haven't appreciated the art yet. This guy just gets to live in a bubble. I can't decide if he's lucky or unlucky. I mean, Bubble Boy over here doesn't have the most interesting life. But, at least he exists, right? He didn't exist before. So, you know, there's that. But he didn't ask to be born. I guess he wasn't born. He was lab grown. Well, was this one lab grown? Yeah, no, this one was one of the lab grown ones. He was not born. That one and I think one of these two. I guess I'm not no, the other lab grown one was eaten, or however that works, split into two. I don't know how Trits, does it say anything about Trits in the huge deep water animals? No, they're just whales. That's all we know. I don't know how their reproduction works, but the one lab grown one will be around forever, and the other one spawned the rest of the Trits family forever. So, you know, they both have their role to play. All right, I gotta get out of here. This has been a great episode. We've got more iron ready to go, which also means more ash, gravel, and stone ready to go. Though, again, those are just byproducts here, but we do get a lot of them from all of our various processing chains. So, iron plate is now a thing of beauty. I don't think we're gonna have many issues with iron plates anymore. Yeah. It'll take a minute to catch up, but I bet by the end of next episode it'll already be fully caught up with all the various iron needs. I assume... Wait, what? We're already caught up? That can't be right. 0 trains with this stop. No, we're already caught up. Were we that close to catching up before the end of the episode? You know what? Part of the issue could be this. Let's, do that. Unload a little bit. Oh, we can't. I gotta go right over there. All right, and then I'll be done with the episode. Take a train ride, then we'll be done. And we are approaching our 300-hour mark. There is a little bit of question in my mind on when we'll be able to do the stream, because I have acquired a job, which is very exciting. But I'm still in the beginning phases, and it's in the restaurant industry, so I don't know exactly what my hours and shifts are going to look like. I'm very excited about it, though. We'll see. Like I said, I'm hoping to continue the pie episodes as normal, but I just don't know yet exactly what everything's going to look like. Okay, wait, I can move that back one. That doesn't do anything for me. Because there's still the... I guess I can just do this. Yeah, there's no reason I can't do that. And then I can unload even faster. Okay, which allows for iron to be brought in at a faster clip. 274. I've still got 14 spare. Because 40 is an important threshold, because that means as soon as it's fully empty, it can request a second train. Whereas if it was at 34 stacks, it never was requesting a second train. So I actually think that's useful here. And I'm out of my loaders now as well. So now we're relying on the base for loaders. But it looks like the iron's caught up actually in the auto mall. Believe it or not. Mechanical parts are still waiting on small parts. Is there a way I can speed this up? I don't think... I mean, I could have some... Oh, here we go. Do that. That. Okay. Now we're slightly faster. We are capped out by that, though. But did that increase my small parts? Didn't you like how I said I'd be done, and then here we are? Okay, so we were at 163 a minute. Wait, that's it? I guess that's still like 3 a second. Wait, what are these spikes where we're making 1,000 small parts a minute? Oh, it's for science. That's happening when science fires up over here. No. Wait. Do I have a small part? Oh, no, I totally forgot. We have a small parts facility now. It's when this fires up. Right. I could just request small parts on trains for what it's worth. But I think I'm trusting that this will keep up over time. It's just when we run out of iron, it's not going to. And that's what happened, so it's gonna take a little while to catch up, I think. All right, I gotta get out of here. Thanks for watching, as always. I'll see you guys in the next episode. Leave a comment.